Welcome back to my YouTube channel, where today we explore a fascinating piece of British numismatic history, the 5 new pence coin issued in 1980 during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. A coin that holds not just monetary value, but also speaks volumes about the historical changes the United Kingdom experienced through the 20th century in its currency system. The very coin in question carries a legacy tied to the post-decimalisation era, a pivotal point in British currency reform, and encapsulates a moment in time when Britain sought to modernize its economy and align its systems with a more streamlined decimal framework. The 5 new pence coin, introduced in 1968 as a forerunner to decimalisation, was initially equivalent in value to the former shilling and was intended to ease the public's transition into the new system. When the decimal day arrived in 1971, it retained its denomination and became a standard part of the decimal coinage system. The 1980 issue of this coin is particularly significant for collectors and historians alike, because it sits within a period of currency, redesign, reconsideration, and technological improvements in minting. The obverse of the coin features the crowned portrait of Queen Elizabeth II facing right, designed by Arnold Machin. This portrait became iconic, appearing on British coinage from 1968 to 1984, and reflects the image of a monarch in her maturity, poised, regal, and representative of a post-war Britain that was redefining its identity on the world stage. The legend surrounding her portrait reads, Elizabeth II, D. G. Reg F. D. 1980, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen Defender of the Faith. The design choice itself echoes a continuity of British tradition in coin portraiture dating back to the Tudor period, a tradition where monarchs' effigies are rendered not just to affirm legitimacy, but also to embody national pride. The reverse of the coin features a crowned thistle, a symbol deeply rooted in Scottish heritage and one that stands as a representation of unity within the United Kingdom. This design was created by Christopher Ironside, who was a prominent British artist and the official designer of the first decimal coin reverse. The thistle signifies not only Scotland, but the resilience and enduring character of the UK itself, especially during a time of economic and political transition in the late 70s and early 80s, as Britain was navigating complex international relationships, inflation, and internal reforms. The material composition of the 1985 new pence coin is cupro nickel, an alloy that combines copper and nickel for both durability and aesthetic appeal, weighing in at 5.65 grams and measuring 23.59 millimeters in diameter. The coin maintained the specifications of the original larger 5p coin that was later reduced in size in 1990 to better reflect its value and improve its practical use in daily transactions in the context of the 1980s Britain. This coin circulated widely through the hands of millions of citizens, as part of their everyday lives, whether in paying for transport, newspapers, sweets, or other goods. The coin was both a facilitator of commerce and a small but constant token of national identity, minted by the Royal Mint. The coin's production process during that era reflected advancements in minting precision and quality control. The Royal Mint by the 1980s had become one of the world's leading minting authorities, not just producing currency for the United Kingdom, but also for numerous other countries around the globe. The minting of the 1985 new pence coin thus stands not just as a matter of domestic financial infrastructure, but also as a testament to British craftsmanship and technological leadership in the field of numismatics. During this period, coinage played a vital role in state symbolism and practical economic function, and collecting coins such as this one opens a portal into understanding how the British public and government alike interacted with currency as both a necessity and an emblem of national heritage. By 1980, there was an increased interest in numismatics driven by public enthusiasm and the global trend of coin collecting, which saw everyday coins becoming treasured items and gateways to history. This coin specifically attracts interest due to its mintage figures design, consistency, and placement in a wider narrative of decimal currency evolution over time. As the coin remained in circulation for more than a decade, it bore witness to and participated in the economic lives of millions, eventually being withdrawn. When the smaller 5p was introduced in 1990, this change reflected practical challenges faced by consumers and the Treasury alike, such as the coin's relative size and weight. Not represents a transitional moment, a monarch's enduring presence, a symbol of unity through the thistle, and a physical manifestation of Britain's adaptation to modernity in the late 20th century. And when you hold such a coin in your hand or observe it closely, you are not merely looking at a piece of metal but at decades of thought, design, intention, political symbolism, technological advancement, and cultural evolution that all come together in one small yet profoundly meaningful object. And as collectors, numismatists, or simply curious minds, we can appreciate the significance embedded in such coins, not only for what they were, but for the stories they allow us to tell, for the journeys they have taken, for the pockets they have jingled in, and for the history they continue to represent in a world where physical currency is increasingly digital and intangible. Coins like the 5 new pence from 1980 remind us of the tangible past of a time when the weight of a coin carried with it the weight of a nation's identity and aspirations. And as we close in on understanding this small yet rich fragment of monetary history, we see how coins are more than just currency. They are witnesses to history, bearers of design, legacy, tools of statecraft, and enduring symbols of the societies that create them. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the story of the 1980 5 new pence coin. I hope this journey has enriched your appreciation of British coinage and sparked your curiosity to explore further the many layers of history embedded in the smallest artifacts of our shared past. Culturally, the coin circulated during a period when Britain's role in the world was being redefined. The late 70s and early 80s saw the country withdrawing from empire, adjusting to the European economic community, and grappling with its post-industrial economic realities. In this context, currency became one of the few constant touchstones of national identity. Coins bore the image of the Queen, a symbol of continuity and stability. Even as governments changed and economies fluctuated, the 5 new pence thus operated not only as currency, but as a unifying daily reminder of British sovereignty, tradition, and national cohesion. In the global coin-collecting community, the 1980 5p coin is part of a broader interest in Elizabethan coinage. Coins issued during Queen Elizabeth II's reign are among the most widely collected in the world due to her long tenure as monarch and the sheer variety of coin types, designs, and issues released over her decades on the throne. Collectors from Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and former Commonwealth nations often seek out UK issues as part of larger collections of Elizabeth II coins, and the 1980 5p forms a part of this rich global tapestry of shared heritage and numismatic interest. Over time, the larger-sized 5p coin became increasingly viewed as impractical, leading to the coin's eventual reduction in size in 1990. But even after its withdrawal from circulation, the original large 5p coins continued to hold value for collectors, educators, and historians, often appearing in teaching collections and museum displays to help illustrate the story of Britain's economic history for those who lived through the era. These coins evoke memories of specific purchases, events, and even public debates about decimalisation, inflation, and national pride. They are as much cultural artifacts as economic tools, and they deserve recognition for the roles they played in everyday life. In summary, the 1980 5 new pence coin is far more than a simple piece of metal. It is a doorway into a changing Britain, a symbol of transition, unity, resilience, and design excellence. It bridges the old world of shillings and florins with the new age of decimal coins and modern. Minting it carries the profile of a monarch who would come to define an entire era, and it continues to be studied, admired, and collected as a tangible link to the past, a relic of national identity, and a testament to the enduring power of currency to tell stories across generations.